Yo, what's good YouTube? It's Capture back with a brand new video, man. Today's video I got you guys with these best settings in Warzone. A lot of you guys have been up in my comment sections asking me, man, what is your settings? What is your sensitivity, bro? And I usually don't reply back on my sensitivity or anything like that because I want to save it for a video, because if I tell you, then you wouldn't need to watch this video, therefore it wouldn't get views and it wouldn't do good, man. So that's why I don't tell you guys in the comment section or anything like that. But guys, my controller is broken and I'm getting a new one Monday, so you know, that it's a perfect time to make a settings video. So that's why there won't be any gameplay for this video or anything like that, so please, you know, forgive me for that. But we are going to go over my settings today and, you know, what I use and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but just in case anybody was wondering, the way I use my controller, I play claw, man. So I hold my controller basically like this, if you guys can see, man. If you don't know what claw is, just look it up if this isn't giving you the best example. So I don't use a scuff or anything like that, but if you do, then, you know, these settings will still work for you, just, you know, some won't apply to you. But hey, without further ado, let's get into the settings, man. We're gonna skip right over keyboard and mouse because obviously you guys know I don't play keyboard or mouse. I have a controller and I just showed you guys my controller, so yeah, we're gonna skip right over that. And then for general, I would say the most important setting in this one is the field of view. Now, my last settings video, I didn't clarify that this is only on PC. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of you guys know this is only on PC. There's no FOV on console unless you're on Cold War, but on Warzone there is no field of view on console. So if you don't have this option, then, you know, you're not on PC. Basically, unless you guys have trouble seeing like from far ranges, I would definitely recommend you play 120 FOV. Ever since I changed to 120 FOV, it just has me cracked out feeling. Like, it makes me feel like I run very fast. It definitely makes it feel like I have less recoil, like way less recoil than if I was on 80, which is console FOV. And the picture on the right side of the screen is a perfect example, man. As you can see, it goes from like 60 to 80 to 100 to 120, and it just shows you guys the difference. I know my face cam is blocking half of it, but still, man, that's a very good example, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys know how field of view works. Then moving on, we have my brightness at 55. This is personal preference. Any other settings you guys see, I have my colorblind type disabled. A lot of people rock Tritanopia, and if you were gonna rock a colorblind setting, I would recommend Tritanopia, but I like my stuff left at default. Minimap shape, you want to set this to square. You do not want it on round. As you can see, round versus square, man, you get a lot more, you can see a lot more of the minimap when it's on square. So I would definitely recommend you guys change out the square. All the good players have it on square, so yeah, change that, man. Minimap rotation, I'm pretty sure this is defaulted and enabled, so leave that default. Compass, cardinal direction, text, letters or numbers. I use it on letters, so you can call out west, southwest, north, you know, all that stuff. And then pretty much all this stuff is just personal preference, man. Profanity filter, that's where you can see cuss words in your chat. So, you know, I don't really care about cuss words, so we put that on. And all this stuff is just on PC, man. So if you want to see your FPS, your latency, you can turn that on. That's personal preference, man. Then moving over to my graphics settings, guys. A lot of these settings are just what your PC can handle and what kind of graphics you want to see. Do you want to see really good textures, or do you not care? And do you want to maximize your FPS? Because I know, as a person is a sweat in Warzone, I want to maximize my FPS. But I have a 144 hertz monitor. I really recommend you guys get a 144 hertz. If you're rich, you know, get a 240, but, you know, I don't got that kind of money, man. Render resolution, we keep that at 100. Vsync, you definitely want Vsync off if you're on computer, by the way. You do not want Vsync, man. Moving on, man, we got, you guys can just like copy this. I'm not going to go over all this, man. You can just slow it down, pause it, anything like that, just copy it. That's pretty much it, man. Then moving on to my audio settings, I use boost high. You know, a lot of people probably use something different, but most good players you definitely see using boost high. I don't really know what the average player runs, but hopefully they're running boost high. I just think it's the best, and, you know, I really recommend you guys use this. But recently, you know, I got a new headset, if some of you guys noticed, and it's Astros, and I actually got the mix amp with it. So my master volume is on 70, but you might want to leave yours on 100. Just depends how loud you want your game, man. I'm not trying to go deaf, so I have mine on 70 and have my mix amp like cranked up a little bit. So yeah, these are pretty much personal preference. Like, I would lower these a little bit so you're not gonna go deaf, because that would be bad if you lost your hearing, man. And then for the hit marker sound effects, I just keep that on classic. You know, I like to switch it up every now and then just to hear something different. So, you know, I might change to MW soon, but right now I have it on classic, man. And pretty much all this, your voice chat is pretty much personal preference. But the war tracks, if you guys ever get in vehicles and you hear, you know, somebody's music in the vehicle, you can actually turn that off. You can turn that disabled, or if you want to hear it but you don't want it to be as loud, you can put the volume down lower. So yeah, that's it for my audio settings, man. And here's the settings I know you guys have been waiting for, man. If you didn't skip straight to it, we have the controller settings. I have my BR button layout on default flipped. I like shooting with R1 and L1. I don't know how you guys shoot with L2 and R2. That is just an L for me, man. And I play default because I slide cancel with circle, because I play claw. So, you know, that's just for me. But if you don't play claw and you just play regular, man, I'd honestly recommend recommend you either play stick and move or tactical, so you can slide cancel with R3, but stick and move if you want to jump shot with R3. It's just up to you guys. I think those two are the best options. Not really default if you play normal on a normal controller, man. Stick layout preset default disabled, and then my dead zone, I keep this at 0.05. Now, you know, you're not gonna want to copy my dead zone unless your controller has no stick drift. If you have stick drift, you guys need to go into a custom games and you need to raise your dead zone until the stick drift stops, and then leave it at that dead zone, man. But if you can lower your dead zone, I mean, you can if you're not gonna have stick drift. So pretty much if you guys don't have stick drift, just do as you like with this dead zone, but I'd recommend you try to go as low as possible as long as you cannot get stick drift, because stick drift sucks, man. Pretty sure most of you guys know what that is, and it's not good. It'll mess up your aim. Then moving on to the horizontal stick sensitivity, I actually use 8.8. Now, last time I made a settings video, I'm pretty sure I was running 12.12, but that was a little bit too crazy for me after a while, and I felt like I was inconsistent, so I switched to 8.8. And that is always just like my comfortable sensitivity on console. Even in past Call of Duties, just 8.8 is for me, man. I've tried 6.6, I've tried everything, bro. It's just 8.8 is perfect for me. I might end up switching it up, you know, later on. But for right now, I'm just gonna keep 8.8. And my low zoom and high zoom is 1, just, you know, flat out 1. But you guys can lower this if you have a little bit trouble, you know, aiming. I would recommend you guys lower this if you're like shaky whenever you're aiming. Then moving on to aim response curve type, I have dynamic. I really just think it's the best. For long range gunfights, I feel like you have better aim. Not so much up close. That's like linear. I think linear is the best for up close gunfights, but you know, dynamic I think really helps you with long range gunfights. So I recommend you guys throw on dynamic. Controller vibration, we have that on disabled. I don't know why you play with controller vibration. Why would you want your controller vibrating like while you're playing? I just don't understand it. I know it's hard at first to turn it off, because I used to play with it on like back in Black Ops 4, and I decided to turn it off and it felt really weird and I just couldn't do it. But I eventually just, you know, stuck to it, and I love it, man. I could not use vibration anymore. That is terrible. Then moving on to the aim assist, we have this on standard. I don't know why you'd play precision or focusing. I think standard is the best. It's traditional aim assist that is in every Call of Duty, and you know, I just think this is what you should be using, man. But it's up to you guys, man. But like I said, standard is the move. And then moving on to scale aim assist with FOV, I used to have this on disabled until I saw that people actually have this enabled. This is really just a PC option. It I guess it scales the aim assist with your FOV, which is actually what you want. So make sure you enable this if you're a controller player on PC, man. And then pretty much for the rest of these, I think you can just copy these, except for this /roll the behavior. You definitely want contextual tap. Do not use the other ones. I've had people ask me how I loot so fast, man. Contextual tap is the way you loot very fast. And then moving on, armor plate behavior, you definitely want this on apply all. All you have to do is press your armor plate button and it'll just keep applying it without you having to hold it down, and it's really helpful. And then moving on to slide behavior, we have this on tap. If you guys are playing hold, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. Basically what tapping it does is you just have to tap the slide cancel. Like, you don't have to hold it, and it gives you way better movement. If you guys ever like looked at somebody and wondered, wow, they're sliding very fast, and you can't do that, it's probably because you have yours on slide, and that is just not the move, man. So definitely change that to tap. Then moving on to automatic sprint, I use automatic tact sprint. I think that's the best one to use. It definitely has helped my movement be way better, and I don't have to worry about double clicking to tact sprint with my L3 button, man. So I definitely recommend you switch to automatic tact sprint. Then moving on to parachute auto deploy, definitely disable this. That way you can try to land to the ground as close as possible, so you can like get a gun first before somebody or anything like that, man. But guys, that's pretty much it for the settings, bro. I did hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, a lot of you guys asked for my settings, so I know you guys are gonna be happy with this video, man. Sorry about no gameplay. My controller is bugging. I got a new one coming, and you know, we'll be cool. And then but make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, drop a like on this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace out.